saying, to what the apostles did, you know, not in the angle of basically pushing the same thing that they said, because they said it loud and clear. Voice was heard loud and clear. You know what I'm saying? At that point, it'd be beating a dead horse, in my opinion. But the elders definitely have valuable points and edification. As long as it's edifying, it's definitely edifying. I just wanted to come at a different angle on it, and to address us. You know what I'm saying? I mean, us as the camp heads. Whether you're a priest, captain, bishop, elder, that's out of my place to even get on the elder. That's none of my business, as far as saying anything. But I'm talking about like the camp heads that are in positions such as mine. You know what I'm saying? Where me, I was ordained as a captain. You know what I'm saying? But I'm a camp head, right? And we fall into that same position. And there's a lot more of us that are captains and you could say priests, and others are priests that are in camps. They're not, because there's only up and coming elders is not as there's a lot more camps than it is up and coming elders, so to speak. So clearly it's a lot more priests or captains, and the thing is that we have to be aware of is that we got to examine ourselves in this situation. The Most High is speaking. You know what I'm saying? Just because the Most High is moving on somebody else doesn't mean that we should take it with a grain of salt and rebuke them. You know what I'm saying? Them niggas deserve to rebuke whoever's getting it. But what I'm saying is, like, I'm about to do a lesson. I'm about to get on you niggas some more and basically beat the dead horse. You know what I'm saying? The Zaquim, or the high priest and the elders are speaking their piece and giving order on things. And I'm saying that because, just like the Apostle Gabar spoke on, wearing shorts out there, you know what I'm saying, out on the highways, and we shouldn't be doing that, and I'm sitting there like, shit, I do shit like that, you know what I'm saying, and the scriptures tell you in the Sirach, it says, how good is it when thou art reproved to show repentance, so thou shalt escape willful sin. You know what I'm saying? Like, we got to examine ourselves and make sure that we are on point. The Most High is showing where his judgment is about to be directed. He says the judgment shall begin at the house of Israel. What end it should be with them would be without, of course, but judgment is beginning at the house of Israel. For me personally, my initial reaction is not, yeah, them niggas, like, that's what's supposed to happen to niggas like that. For me, you know what I'm saying? It's like, what am I doing? You know what I'm saying? Because really, it's like the type of people it's happening to. It's happening to, camp heads where normally you would expect that person to be overlooked. And another thing is like the judgment when brothers are tripping in the camp and wilding, you know what I'm saying? The actions of any brother in that camp is on the camp head. You know what I'm saying? The scriptures tell you're supposed to know the state of your flock. I believe Proverbs 24 and 27 or 27 and 24. Either or, but they're telling you to know the state of your flocks. You know what I'm saying? And to tend to them well. Yahweh Shah told Peter, if you love me, feed my sheep. So we got a responsibility. And the responsibility is not only just barking our orders to our camps, but also leading by example and to keep things tight. You know what I'm saying? When I hear that and hear about phone calls coming down on brothers for them having lineups and shaving their head, I immediately sit back and say, what brothers are doing in my camp? You know what I'm saying? And is my leadership up to par? You know what I'm saying? My reaction shouldn't be like automatic, like, yeah, nigga, yeah, y'all niggas bugged out. Yeah, like, that's easy. That's easy. It's easy to, easy to do that. You know what I'm saying? But for the apostles, they did it through the spirit and initiative. So it's like already done, and the elders are doing it. Not saying that it should stop. I have no say so in quenching the spirit. You know what I'm saying? It should definitely be done. But I'm just adding the angle of saying, let's examine ourselves and make sure, because the problem is that the leadership is not holding down order. You know what I'm saying? And that we as leaders need to make sure that we're doing our jobs. That's the message I'm getting. We as leaders, me, and other camp leaders need to hold down our jobs and do our jobs right. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, we caught you over here. We caught you down bad over there. I could do a million lessons on why niggas should have a beard. So, but the elders already did it. The elders already spoke the piece on it. The point was in. You know what I'm saying? The real importance as of right now is, what are we doing to not keep having this happen? It's embarrassing for anybody in GMS to be doing that. It's embarrassing for anybody in GMS to call themselves a leader and not be doing what they're supposed to do and failing in leadership. Because not just because GMS is the spirit. We pride ourselves on discipline and not having dross doctrine and not being inconsistent. So what is causing this type of nature, man? Is it because you want a big camp? Is it because you don't want to be an enemy? Apostle Gabar brought out a hell of a point that, making yourself too familiar with brothers. You know what I'm saying? Things of that nature. Like you getting too cool with them. Cause guess what? Like he said, when he says that, I'm thinking about myself. I'm not automatically like I'm about to do a lesson. I'm about to cut that nigga some more. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, it should be done, but we need to lay the axe at the root, which is us. We're next in line. You know what I'm saying? He's out. The nigga got his judgment. You know what I'm saying? Through the spirit of the Most High from the elders. He got his judgment. Them niggas got their judgment and justly deserved. Let's examine ourselves and make sure we don't fall in that same pot. Because I'm sure at some point them guys that fell out, them niggas that fell out didn't feel like they was subject to that type of judgment. You see? So it's like you gotta really examine to avoid. Let's stop the problem. Let's stop this fungus. Let's stop this virus. And that's examining ourselves, being better leaders, being under order, communicating better. You know what I'm saying? Communicating better, staying under order, staying in one unison, moving as one body. You know what I'm saying? And moving as one body is really examining through the spirit. What I'm seeing is examining what we're doing as leaders, because it's very important. The apostles can't sit here and watch all of us. You know what I'm saying? So we gotta reach out. We gotta be on our toes. We gotta keep order and do things. We gotta be smart to make sure that we're not making these mishaps and casual mistakes. You know what I'm saying? It's not for play. These positions of leadership is not. It's not a game, man. It's not a trophy. It's a job. It's a responsibility. As the scripture say in Proverbs, you're supposed to know the state of your flocks. Yahweh Shai told Peter, if you love me, feed my sheep. He told him that 3 times. Till the third time he stressed Peter out, because it's very important to tend to the point of your flock. You know what I'm saying? And as far as executing judgment, because I've ran across a problem. You feel like you don't want to be the asshole. But the apostle said what? You got to be the asshole. Because at the end of the day, the will of the Most High got to flow. It will flow, with or without us. You know what I'm saying? Salvation is very important, but salvation is subjective. Salvation is a benefit for us. But the main thing is to do the will of the Father. Salvation or not is to do the will of the Father. That's the most important thing. Salvation is a reward for us. You know what I'm saying? And the do the will of the Father is supposed to trump salvation. You know what I'm saying? Of course, me personally, I'm doing things for salvation, but I'm doing things because Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai is the the Most High Yahweh is the one and true power, and we supposed to do what the fuck he says do. That's why I'm doing it. That's why. Because he make things happen. He makes things, he killeth and he makes alive. So it don't matter if he rewards me or not. I better do what the fuck he said do, or something's gonna happen. You know what I'm saying? Something's gonna happen to the nation. Look at the condition we're in now. It's because what? We have at a point resisted the Most High's will. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the agenda at hand. So we have to examine ourselves as leaders, how available we are, how cognitive, you know, that's what I'm thinking, how cognitive I am, how available I am, how disciplined I am, how consistent I am, how much in order I am, how much am I communicating. Everything that they said was going wrong, do I follow in that? Everything that they're saying is going wrong, I don't do everything, but I'm looking, because I don't want to fall in that same category. You know what I'm saying? For Yahweh, by Hashem Yahweh Shai's sake, man. Because I feel like the Lord chose me, and I do feel like I'm fit to do the job. But if you get too confident, you can get complacent. You can get lax. Just like a fighter, when he's dominating his opponent, and you start getting lax and you start putting your hands down a little bit more, and you start making mistakes, man. You know what I'm saying? So it's the same thing with us as being leaders. You don't want to sit there and get comfortable and saying, oh, I'm good. We ain't legit until we out of here, man. We ain't legit until we on the chariots. So we always supposed to be focused on growing, focused on getting better as camp leaders, as young leaders, as captain and as priests. You know, I can't say as priests because that's out of my place as far as order is concerned, but as far as captains, you know what I'm saying? As far as us young camp leaders out here, we got to make sure that type of shit it's embarrassing. We shouldn't be making that type of move as being under order. You know what I'm saying? You're supposed to take pride on being, you know, as Slacky, I forgot who said this. I believe it was Paul, where it says, you know, basically do the work in my presence as well as in my absence. The apostles are not around all the time. So you know, when they're around, how you act when they're around, that's how you're supposed to act when they're not around. You know what I'm saying? When they come through and visit camps, when the elders come through and visit camps, how you hella charitable, how you hella attentive, how you hella spiritual, how you know, ready to stay up all night, you know what I'm saying, and put yourself out there for the name of edification's sake. You know what I'm saying? How you are disciplined, how you ready to roll. Are you like that when the apostles are not around? That's virtue, man. You know what I'm saying? And we got to solve the problem. You know, the problem that not the situation, but solve the problem, man. None of us leaders underneath the apostles, you know, we are their fruit, but the Most High gave them the ability to allow us to be within their ranking. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's do our jobs, man. And it's not about you. It's happening to us. It may be somebody else. It may be a camp in Miami, but guess what? It's happening to leaders in the camp, and it's happening to within GMS. Everything, what it says, everybody got a plan until they get hit. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't wait till you get hit. You know what I'm saying? Don't tell a person, oh, it's easy to sit there and watch somebody fighting. You should have did this. You should have did that. What we doing? You know what I'm saying? That's what I just, the agenda what I wanted to push is that us as leaders, we got to hold ourselves accountable even when we think we're not accountable. We shouldn't take somebody else's judgment with a grain of salt as far as that's what they did. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, they deserve every bit of rebuke, every single bit of rebuke. But I believe the most important thing as far as brothers in my position is that we need to examine ourselves and say, what the fuck are we doing? Are my shoes tight? My eyes dotted and my T's crossed. Because that's me. It's not me, but I ain't, Lord's willing, I don't fall into that category, but I'm in that same scenario, being a young leader and being not around the apostles. You know what I'm saying? Basically, make sure that you're communicating actively. You know what I'm saying? Make sure that you're calling actively. Make sure that we're on our P's and Q's. Make sure that we're the camp, the brothers within the camp are on point. Because I'm looking, Tawada Yahweh, he put me in the spirit to not allow certain things, but there are certain things I have allowed, like shorts out. You know what I'm saying? And I feel enough salt from that, saying, damn, I'm lacking. So I don't feel like I should have lacked on that level. You know what I'm saying? Brothers, when I first started, the things I feel comforting, because when things like that, like the brother said, the 5 o'clock shadow, I was getting on brothers. Hey man, you better grow your fucking bed, man. You know what I'm saying? Things like that. So it's a confidence booster, but at the same time, it's like, yo, I'm about to clean the walls. Fuck yeah, I swept and it looked clean, but I'm about to double clean to make sure my house is clean, man, and furnished. Not only you clean your house, but you furnished it. You furnish it, replace it with things. You do the clean sweep to make sure all the brothers doing what they're supposed to do. But at the same time, you turn around and you do tests. You sit there and you do lessons. You have productive camp times. You show charity. You make sure you're a man of the Lord and a leader to the brothers, and the brothers need to make sure that they're doing their fucking job. And if you got a fucking problem, then kick fucking rocks. If you want to bark and reason, we ain't got no time as leaders to be dealing with no fucking reason no. The Most High Dana is put in this position, and if you feel like you got a reason, you need to get the fuck, man. You know what I'm saying? The Lord ain't gonna sit there and ordain somebody to be reasoned with. You know what I'm saying? He ain't put Moses up there for people to argue with him and tell him what to do and what not to do, and the reason why they're doing something, and Moses saying you need to do it. So it's the same thing when the Lord ordains leadership. So if you're in a camp and the Lord and a camp leader tells you to do a thing, whether you like it or not, you need to do it. If you got a problem, then get the fuck out of here. If you even got a fucking emotion of a problem, you need to check that shit at the door, man. That shit corny. And then for us leaders, we need to be checking ourselves and make sure we running this camp all right, because this is the Lord's flock. This is not our flock. This is not for us. It's not our thing. The Lord just put us in a position to run his thing. So I just wanted to put that out there and say, hopefully it's edifying. I didn't want to make it more of a rant, but, I'm fired up because it's an embarrassing thing, not only within GMS, but within the ministry. Niggas do this type of shit. Not men of the Lord, you know what I'm saying? But it's supposed to happen also, but, it's still a reactive thing. So with that being said, I say, call out to y'all by Shimi Ashai, by Shimmer Kakadash Baraka Thumb, double onside apostles / elders, which are GMS. Blessed salutations to you brothers out there teaching, enduring truth, sincerity, sincere haba thumb, sequoium. Hey, shalom.